I'm Sakshi from Sakshi's Voice, your very versatile voice artist, and it's VOTip time. So today I want to highlight the fact that there is a time and place for everything. And actually this tip is inspired by a couple of experiences I've had in past few weeks. First was when I had put a post on social media asking for VO actors with specific traits because I was compiling a list for one of my clients, and in my post I had clearly mentioned everything I knew about the project, and I'd also mentioned the fact that I am just collating a list and I'll pass on this information along, and then the client would contact whoever they're interested in. And by the way, doing this has immensely appreciated my respect for all the hard work which casting directors and agents do. It is very tough. So in response to my post, for most part, I got very positive feedback and I was connected with some amazingly talented people. But there was this one guy who stuck out, and for all the wrong reasons. First, he shared a link for his website rather than a downloadable demo, which is what I had asked, by the way. And I'll talk about this later, why that's not always a good idea. And then secondly, he started haggling about the rates and price with me when I had clearly mentioned that I have no clue about client's budget and I have no decision-making authority for that project. I was simply doing a favor for one of my clients to collate a list of artists that they wanted to get in touch with. So I had mentioned that please quote a rate, whatever you are comfortable with, and if you think you don't have enough information, then don't quote a rate. And if the client is interested in you, they'll circle back to you and then you'll get an opportunity to talk about rates and negotiate that. But did that guy listen? No, he did not. He kept on saying how uncomfortable he felt sharing any details with me, and he still kept on messaging me. So after 3 days of constant back and forth of messages, he finally stopped contacting me, and in the end, he even forgot to share any of his contact details or his demo because he was so busy negotiating the rates all the time with me. So what was the intent of that discussion? I have no clue. And to be honest, I truly don't bother because I cannot imagine having a very positive work experience working with that guy. So if you just wanted to complain and if he just wanted to show off how talented or how important he thinks he is, then congratulations, mission accomplished. But other than that, he didn't achieve anything else, did he? And another experience that I had was for a recording session that was planned for this week with some of my clients. And in that session, there was supposed to be a scriptwriter, producer, and some of their clients, they were supposed to be present in that call. For better feedback and for better directions. And to be honest, I love such sessions because everyone involved in the decision-making process, everyone involved with the project is already present there. So you get immediate feedback and you can play on it and you can deliver what is exactly expected rather than always second-guessing yourself. So the chances of uptakes, they're really low during these sessions and it's more fun to record them. But a few days prior to the call, the scriptwriter, she started mailing me and telling me, oh, remember, we have already discussed the rates and we have already agreed on the price, so please don't mention rates or prices during the client session. Which in all honesty, I would have not done anyways because a recording session is to record a script, not to discuss rates or any contract, anything. But this lady, she mentioned it a few times during our email conversation. She even reminded the producer to remind me, and then she even mentioned it and highlighted it in the script that she shared with me. And that got me thinking that maybe she's doing it because she's so nervous that I will mention rates, I will start negotiations during that recording session in front of her clients. And maybe she's so nervous because in the past, some VO artists might have actually done it. So I just wanted to share it with everyone and put it out there that if you have a recording session planned, never ever mention or negotiate rates in that call. Ideally, the rates should have been discussed way before this call, or if you didn't get time, do it after that call, but never during the recording session because a recording session is just that. It's to record the script that you have in hand, and it's to make sure the output that you get is what the client is looking for. It's not to talk about contracts. It's not to talk about rates and numbers. Emails, message, call, whatever you feel fine, do that. Contact your client, discuss rates, but don't waste a planned recording session for that. Because not only that it's unprofessional, but also not everyone present in that call would have a say in that matter. So you're wasting their time. Not to mention, you're making some people very uncomfortable and putting them in very awkward position. So please remember that yes, we need to communicate clearly. We need to ask all our questions. But there is always a place, there is always a time to do that. A requirements or an availability call is to understand everything around a project. It's not for marketing. A recording session is for recording the script in the best way possible. It's not a rate or a contract negotiation call. A marketing call is to create or follow up on leads. It's not to deliver a final product. I hope you catch my drift. And yes, it applies not only to calls, but also to emails, messages, social media, literally whatever platform you use for communication. So please never forget to understand what is the agenda of your discussion and to evaluate whether you want whatever you want to say is relevant to that agenda or not. Because if you're sensitive to that agenda, the audience involved, and the platform that you're at, then the people would be more receptive to what you have to say. They would appreciate your professionalism. Otherwise, you might just be barking at the wrong tree. Or worse, come off as unprofessional or difficult to work with. And none of us want that, do we? So please remember that there is a time and there is a place for everything. And I will see you all beautiful people next time with another VOTip. Until then, this is me, Sakshi, from Sakshi's Voice, signing out. Namaste.